Hey guys, I was cleaning up around the bench there today and I found that I hadn't quite finished putting together my Jaymz Type TL telecaster type guitar. We haven't put on the locking strap pegs yet. Now I always sit down when I play, so I never use a strap, but what if I needed to? What would I do? So this has been sitting around. They got to go on it. Let's do that today. Off to the bench. So this was supposed to be a quite different video because, as I say, I sit down always when I'm playing. So this guitar I was thinking of shaving out the Stratocaster style cutouts to go to my rib cage so it doesn't dig in this sharp telecaster corner like everybody has the problem with. And then I got looking at the finish and that, and I cannot do it. I cannot. There's a beautiful grain on here, and I know when I shave that off, I'm going to leave a real bad different type of finish there. I'm not going to be able to get the same finish. So I decided to leave it on there. But when I was cleaning up the bench, I found the strap pegs. And as I say, I never use strap pegs. But what if I wanted to? So let's put them on, get it out of the way, and then this telecaster will be completely finished, and we can move on to other things. Or wait for the next upgrade, whatever I want to do to it. As I say, I've never really played a bunch of electric guitar, so I've always wanted to do leads, but I've never had the talent. But that doesn't mean I can't practice. Back to the bench. So the nice people at I lost the screw already? What was I thinking? Where'd it go? Mischief managed. Okay, where was I? Oh yes, the fine people at Jaymz were kind enough to pre-drill these holes in the wood. So that's cool. Everything really went very, very well. Everything was pretty much where it needed to be for all the add-ons and stuff. The only thing that was a little bit of an issue was the wiring harness, the cavity for the larger bridge pickup was built just big enough for the pickup and not enough for the wiring, so there was a spot where there was a chance I was going to shear off the wiring. So I had to dig a little trench in the side of the cavity wall so that I could run the wire down through there and not get pinched. But other than that, everything was perfect. The string tree sucked, so I had some from my Barracuda Stratocaster. That's where those came from. Okay, let's get this in there, pinched good. Mahogany body on this thing. It's very nice. I like it. All right. Dun, 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 dun. Will it work? Yes. All right. Oh, okay. Drink. Soda pop. All right, let's turn this baby around, get at its tail. So maybe someday we will actually shave the body, but I'm just not confident enough in my ability to not F it up, and that I really don't want to do. So let's get this on here, tighten down. I had an issue. The other reason I don't wear a strap, why I don't wear a strap, used guitar strap, is my original FG420L. I had it only a few months, well, actually a year and a bit or two, and I had a strap peg incident where we were at a party and we were going to do hot knives. So I was playing guitar and I flipped it around backpack style like Johnny Cash. Went out to the kitchen, got the knives, halfway through doing the toque, and the strap peg popped out. The thing went from being, with the tail being at shoulder height, down onto a concrete floor covered in tile, and it burst the guitar almost in half. And it was like that for 30 years, and it sucked. But I never wore a strap after that. Of course, I always just played for my own good, and when I was playing for my own good, it was usually when I was sitting down at night relaxing on the couch. And so that's where I learned to play guitar, is on a couch. And of course that means sitting down. So now I mainly play just while we're watching the news or something. Okay. Drink. So it works simple enough. There's a little groove, and this is squared. You know how most of your pegs are kind of beveled? This is square, like down in there. And that's because this here grooved bracket is going to slide down onto it. Now the release is pull out on the end, and there it's on, locked, will not come off. So because your strap always has these leather holes that get stretched, and that's what happens. These fly off of the beveled ones and then crash. So what we've got is you take the end of the spindle, come up through the bottom, and then on this side, how do we do this? Yep, we just push it through until we can get the washer with the proper beveled side out. Oh man, this is not gonna come off, that's for sure. After this message, I'll be right back. So because the strap has to stretch a lot farther out for safety reasons, the leather is getting in the way. So I might have to actually cut it. I'm hoping not. It'd be nice just to be able to get this to start, and then please. No, it's not going to. We're gonna have to cut some of the tail, this here little corner where the circle comes around and then that stripe comes down. These two tails are, if I can just shave off the corner of those tails. Yeah. Back to the bench. So the problem that we have is when we put the spindle through the strap, these here tails are sticking up just a little wee bit. So I had to go over them first off with an X-Acto knife, and that's tough leather. So I had to mangle it with that, and then I took a pair of scissors and just cut the very tip of that rounded part where it comes to the slice. You just gotta snip off those two corners and then it will fit, and it will not come off. So firstly, I'm gonna fix the light. So what I've seemed to find works is if you take the razor knife and just score that edge over top of it. If you still can't get it on, then you can get a better shot of it with scissors. But you're going to want to score those edges first so that it burrs up enough that you can get the scissors on it. So what sucks a little bit about this is that now this strap is married to these here pegs because we have wallowed out the holes in them so that it can't be used on regular pegs anymore. It's going to have to be on these. So it's been tied to my Type TL for now, and I guess we'll find out how it works. I'm just putting it hand tight at first, but just to get it to a spot where it will sit and I can adjust from there. Let's get it on. And another thing you're going to want to do is when you get the strap in the position where it's going to sit on you, make sure you get those grooves going up from the bottom so that there's no chance that even if something weird happened, it would slide out. So both of those are going up into the guitar because that's the direction that the pressure is going to be coming from. So, well, let's see how this looks. And so here's something you're not going to see very often is me with a strap on a guitar, but it's on there and it's working. So I still have to get it tightened up to the spot that I want it. But that's just a simple strap adjustment. Now what I did find was though that the corner of that ridge here bugs me. So we might be shaving that down in anyways. So we'll see. So I don't think I'm going to be selling this guitar. I'm going to be keeping it. I just found out that I have to do an adjustment on it because I'm getting buzzing down in the bottom here. But I gotta get used to playing standing up, and I may as well do it with this first. And the other Yamaha, my FG420, whoa, that nut was loose. Go around afterwards and make sure that you've tightened up the straps. Matter of fact, we should go get a socket right now and do it anyways. But anyways, we go. Thanks for watching. Share, like, subscribe, leave a comment below. This is the end of the, well, not the end, the end of all the installation on my Jaymz Type TL telecaster type guitar. So thanks for watching. Please share, like, subscribe, leave a comment below, blah 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 blah. Catch you next time. Remember, not a luthier, just an old guy with too much time on my hands. Bye now.